From SF Land, this is Dorking Out, a podcast for people who love to dork out about movies, TV, and everything pop culture.
Welcome to Dorking Out. My name is Sonia Mansfield, and well, I just don't know what to say except it's Christmas and we're all in misery. Joining me is my podcasting sister from another mister and the co-host of Dorking Out, Margo D. Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend.
We are dorking out about 1989's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I think everyone has seen this movie, so I probably don't need to tell you anything about it, but it's got Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo. She's so beautiful. She's adorable. Everybody drink.
She is, in this movie in particular, she is luminous.
That's a perfect word. She
luminous. Glows in the dark. Like her hair, her skin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah. She's got one of those faces that just like lights up an entire room. It also has Randy Quaid, Juliette Lewis. I totally forgot she was in this. A very young Johnny Galecki, Diane Ladd, and I was very excited to see Julia Louis-Dreyfus playing Elaine, basically.
No, but her character's name is Margo.
I know.
And there's not a lot of Margo in movies, so I always notice that.
Were you excited when you first saw this? And you were like, sweet, another Margo.
I was excited. And then I have my co-host for Book versus Movie, who's also named Margo, and her husband is also named Todd.
Shut up.
So I'm not kidding you. So every year at this time, she changes her avatar. And it's from the movie. Oops.
Why is the carpet wet, Todd?
Todd's such a douchebag.
He's such a douchebag. So this movie is written by John Hughes, and he, of course, wrote the first Vacation, and in between those, he wrote like 16 Candles and Breakfast Club, and he kind of became like his own thing. And it's also it's directed by this man named Jeremiah Chekik.
Sure.
Let's say that's right. And he did this movie, and then he did Benny and June, which we just kind of talked about on What a Creep.
Oh, yeah.
And then he did The Avengers. And when I say The Avengers, I don't mean the Marvel movie. I mean the one based on the TV show with like Uma Thurman and
Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes, thank you. It was coming to me, Ray Fiennes. Which that movie was a big old mess, but I liked them a lot in it.
Yeah.
I have not seen this movie since the theater in 1989. And
this whole time it's been on television, you haven't watched it?
No, never. So
wow.
I know. I saw this movie in the theater. By the way, so it came out in like December. Of course it should. And it played at my theater through February. And people still came to see it like in February, and it used to drive me nuts because it was the last movie to start, which meant it was the last movie to get out. And I was so tired and I just wanted to go home. And inevitably, some asshole would show up and I would have to like start the movie. And it meant I didn't get to go home early. And I was like, for fuck's sake, it's February. Like, why are you seeing Christmas Vacation? So it used to really piss me off. But when I saw it in the theater, I really didn't like it. And I was very curious to revisit it, and I still don't really like it. And people love it, and I understand that people love it, and I don't know what I'm missing. Did you see this movie in the theater?
You know what? I did not see it in the movie theater, and I didn't see it until either it came out on VHS or it was on TV. And I don't know, it follows the National Lampoon, the Vacation series. The family, I mean, they change the kids every few years.
Yeah.
They're different ages every time you get there, different actors. But it's a little bit of like you cringe because Chevy Chase, Clark is really annoying.
Yes.
And is his own biggest enemy. And his wife is just so beautiful and she could have anybody. And why she puts up with him, you don't understand. But it's like those ridiculous situations. There's a lot of cringe humor and a lot of just kind of wincing. And then I don't know, then it gets kind of sappy and then it gets funny and then it's done.
Yeah. There's something like, I feel bad for him because he really is like trying to have like his whole thing is like he wants to have a big family Christmas. Mm-hmm. And like everything he tries to do is a huge fucking fail. Like everything that can go wrong goes wrong. And I don't know, for some reason, it doesn't make me laugh. It makes me feel bad. Like, I understand that it's supposed to be funny, but for some reason, it doesn't make me laugh. Like, there's a couple parts that made me laugh, but overall, I was like, I should be laughing a lot more. It's a comedy.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, the lights are hilarious when he finally gets all the lights together, and they're so bright that like it just blinds people everywhere
Yes.
they go. I think, yeah, you have it's a good point. Yeah, he's kind of a sad sack. He's kind of a mess, screw up, and all of a sudden, his family. I think when the families start showing up is when it sort of kicks into gear.
Yeah.
And especially when Randy Quaid shows up. I mean, that is the funniest intro ever. It's just they're all standing there, and then Randy Quaid's just standing over his shoulder.
So I know that like liking Cousin Eddie is probably like the lame part. Like you could buy like the Christmas ornament and it's him like, the shitter's full, and he's in his robe and he's like dumping all the shit in the gutter or whatever, but I actually think when Clark and Eddie interact is the funniest part of the movie to me.
Well, they're both comedians, so they're it's natural to them. So they play off of each other.
Exactly. Like just little. It actually kind of reminds me of Fletch a little bit, like that Fletch performance, like just the way Chevy Chase interacts with him, like, and the shit he says to him, but Eddie's too dumb to like pick up on it. So like, can I drive you in the middle of nowhere and leave you for dead? And like Eddie's like, huh? Like, just like little stupid stuff like that. Or Eddie wears like this like white sweater that's like kind of see through, and he's got like a black dickie underneath it. You can see the black dickie underneath. Like that stuff made me laugh. But all the stuff with like exploding cats and
that makes me laugh. I totally that's like I gotta get. I don't know. I like a good cat chase through the house kind of thing, and the dog cracks me up. The dog that like slurps like has a drooling kind of problem.
It's so gross.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. But like, yeah, was it the cat and is a raccoon that gets into the house? What is it?
A squirrel.
A squirrel. Thank you, because it comes out of the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that takes. I don't know. That always cracks me up. I like the sledding scene where they're all like gonna kill themselves on their sleds. That always makes me laugh. I love the neighbors next door, Margo and Todd. They're total like 80s yuppies.
Yes.
And we're meant to hate them, and rightfully so, because they're obnoxious. So I'm kind of glad that he makes them miserable.
See, I think that's so funny because I'm like, yeah, they're assholes. I'm like, do they deserve to have their home repeatedly destroyed? Does she deserve to be mauled by a dog?
I kind of say yeah, because they're monsters. Those people are monsters. That they invest in really bad companies in South Africa or something. Like
that's true.
They're not good people. And Julia Louis, and she's so funny when she's mauled by the dog and she comes home and she punches him
in the face.
Oh, I love that. I like it when they're sitting there eating dinner and the tree just busts through their kitchen.
Oh
I'm it's all the slapstick shit. I get it, but it makes me laugh. It's cheap laughs, sure, but I don't care. I don't know.
That's okay.
Yeah. But I'm on board with it, I think. But there's moments, it's like very funny because they do throw in these moments like you do feel sorry. I mean, there's a lot of classism going on here about Eddie and his family and their financial situation. But at the same time, Clark's not really that much better. I mean, he's living paycheck to paycheck. You get the idea.
Yeah.
That, he paid all this money for a pool and he said, I didn't have the money to cover the check. Like there's little hints like that. I'm like, maybe you should be saving for the college education of your kids,
right?
Or your retirement. And a pool isn't that necessary in Chicago when it's cold most of the time.
Yeah.
So there's little hints of that, but I don't know. Juliette Lewis is a very funny actress, like because she just has that sleepy kind of quality to her.
She's. I think the kids are both really great. Actually,
they are. I mean, but it's just she's unusual. But I think she and Johnny Galecki have a good. I have a story about Johnny Galecki. I saw him on Broadway.
You did?
In what? Off Broadway, in a show called The Little Dog Laughed, and I was front row center with my friend Susanna, and he is naked in a part of that movie. So I've seen his peen.
Oh, let's talk about that off the air. No,
Yeah,
you
we'll
could
talk
tell.
about
You
that.
could tell me everything.
I just he's shorter than you. He's like 5'4" or something.
Yeah. Well, they're always smaller
Yeah.
than you think.
Yeah.
I'm talking about his height, not his penis, by the way. It's always smaller than you think, you guys.
Oh, it was gigantic and wiped out the first row. He's if he's listening, it's so big.
It's huge.
Oh, he couldn't cover with his hands. They had to take other people's hands and bring it over and cover him. But
You're
yeah,
hilarious.
he and Juliette Lewis, I believe them as brother and sister.
Yeah.
I find that whole thing believable.
So I read so he's on The Conners, which is the Roseanne show without Roseanne. And I guess like he and Juliette Lewis are playing like boyfriend and girlfriend on the show. Like, or she played one of his lovers or something. And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
But I mean, they're actors. They're not really related, but they're quite believable as a brother and sister. So I don't watch
Maybe
the
that's
show.
what's freaking you out.
Yeah.
But you know, he's executive producing a new series based on vacation characters.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then he's been going to, it's the 30th anniversary this year. So there's been showings of this movie all around the country. People other than you are going.
I really wanted to like it. I really
Yeah,
do.
I get it.
Like, everyone loves it, and I feel like I'm missing out on the party. Like, I want to enjoy it. And like, you could sit here and like describe things, and like those descriptions are funny to me. But for some reason, I just didn't laugh. I wrote down when I laughed. So I laughed pretty much every time Clark and Eddie were together. I laughed at the old aunt who wraps her cat in a box and how the box keeps like moving. Like, that made me laugh. And the driest turkey ever made me laugh.
Yes, the turkey is hilarious.
It's so gross. I'm like, that's some nasty shit. It looks so gross. But that made me laugh.
And William Hickey,
Oh, yeah.
the old man,
Yes.
he with his hair that keeps flying off. I thought Clark. I think the people who play the parents are really good and they're funny. The woman singing. Oh God, what is she singing when they're? Oh damn it! At the very end of the movie,
She sings the Star Spangled Banner.
Thank you, Star Spangled Banner. That shit cracks me up every time.
So she
It's
apparently
bizarre.
is the original voice for Olive Oil and Betty Boop.
Oh, no kidding.
I did not know that. I had to look it up because I was like, her voice seems. I was like, she sounds familiar. Why does she sound familiar to me? So I looked it up and I was like, holy shit. That's why.
What's her name?
I don't remember.
Mae Questel.
That sounds right.
Sam McMurray's in this movie. Doris Roberts. She's always great.
Yeah.
I always like Doris Roberts. I appreciate Doris Roberts.
Yeah, Diane Ladd.
Who's 54.
Yeah, she's like, what, 2 years older than Chevy Chase?
like 5 years or something like that. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I think she just didn't color her hair, but like her skin is smooth and she's got, I mean, I know it's a little strange. E.G. Marshall, he's good. I love Miriam Flynn. She's cousin Eddie's wife, Catherine.
Oh yeah. I think who plays their daughter? She's really cute.
Ruby Sue.
Yeah.
Ellen Latson.
Yeah, she's really cute.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. I'm okay with all of the beats that they're doing. You know, he has this nice scene. I laugh in the scene where he's looking at the old family movies and he's got like the schmata wrapped around his head and the gloves.
He looks like Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, Gloria Swanson. Yes.
It's like, is that what they're going for? Because it's working. Like, that's what he looked like to me.
Yeah, and I think once again, like I love the lights. I think that's a really funny theme. I like Eddie in the driveway with the trailer, you know, and he's like, yes, the shitter's clogged up. I mean, I don't know, the gas leak.
I think there is, like, you mentioned something about classism. So Juliette Louis-Dreyfus and so Margo and Todd are clearly like, so they're yuppies and they have more money. And then Clark and the Griswolds have less money, but they're middle class.
Yeah.
You know, they're okay. And then Eddie and his wife show up and they're like trailer trash, basically.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if that's what we're can we use the term trailer trash?
I don't know. I know you're not supposed to use white trash anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what the correct way. They have less money. Let's just say that they have less money.
Yeah, they're lower income.
Yeah, and so there is like kind of this thing where like Clark looks down on them, and then the yuppies look down on Clark.
Right.
But there are like nice scenes. Like I love the scene where Chevy Chase is talking to Ruby Sue, and she's asking if he's Santa Claus and saying that maybe Santa's not coming. And I was like, that scene's really cute. And I think he's really good in that scene. I think she's really good. And I like his way of like delicately trying to get Eddie to give him permission to like buy the kids gifts for them.
Yeah.
Like, I think that really is nice. Like, it's funny. I think I respond more to the like sentimental schmaltzy parts of the movie, and the comedy parts don't work for me as much.
I think I like the schmaltzy and the comedy. I think it's the stuff that I wince is hard. It's hard for me, but I don't know. I like it. Like, so his whole thing is that he's going to get this bonus for Christmas, and he thinks it's going to be like 15, 20 grand. I don't know. I mean, how much does a pool cost? I don't know. I'll live in an apartment the rest of my life. Let's be clear. But and then he shows up and it's the Jelly of the Month Club, which is a shit gift to give to
it's the
an
gift
employee.
that gives all year long.
That's what Eddie says. Like, I was like, oh, that's a good one.
That's a great gift. You're going to get jelly every month. It's amazing.
So they kidnap the boss and bring him to the house. And they all shame him, and then and I like it, like the SWAT team shows up and everybody's got their hands up. And then, but then the boss realizes like, yeah, that wasn't cool. And his wife comes in and she's like in a fancy car, and she comes in and she's like, you cheap bastard, how dare you? And so it all kind of all's well that ends well. I mean, it's just, so I think they get the bonus, and that's nice. And, you know, they're going to have a nice Christmas. I mean, it's the house is a total trash bin now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's so terrible.
They're going to use that money to just like fix the repairs.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just makes me laugh. I don't know why.
Well, that's awesome. I wish I had that reaction to it.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you don't like it, it's like, so somebody brought it up with us is like Love Actually. And every year there's somebody that wants to talk to me about Love Actually. And I'm like, you really don't want to talk about that with me, because I'm going to ruin your good time.
You already did it. You guys, if you really, my friends, not you guys, my friends, Margo did a really, really great episode of F This Movie where they talked about Love Actually. And so if you want to hear about Love Actually, I second everything Margo says in that. So just go listen to that. It's on fthismovie.com. Because it's a really, really good episode, and it's one of the ones that I heard where I was like, Margo fucking gets it. She's super awesome. That movie does not work for me either. But I know, but people love it, and I hate shitting on it I don't like to shit on things that people love. Like, if you love Actually, that's awesome. I'm so glad you do. And
you know what? We're not a couple of insults. You know, we're not going to shit all. It's like we have the new Star Wars movie coming out.
Oh my God.
And I love that people on the internets, you and I are supportive of this. They're talking about The Last Jedi. And like, yeah, that was an awesome movie, and we truly loved it. And it's okay for us you don't have to like it. It's fine if you don't want to like it. I don't agree with you, but don't treat it like it's some, you've been injured personally because there's somebody in the world,
oh my God,
that thinks it was a great movie.
The argument around Last Jedi drives me up the wall. Like,
stupid.
I try really hard not to engage with people on it because I'm like, that is stupid. Stop acting like this is some sort of personal affront to you. Like, it's just a fucking movie. I happen to like it, and you don't. Move on. Like, that's National Lampoon. I think it's like half of their movies. Yeah. Like, some of them I really love, and some I really don't love. I don't love the whole thing with the girl behind the counter. I think the objectification of, women, it's going, when they had Christy Brinkley, even though it made absolutely no sense why this woman would be attracted to a guy in a station wagon when she can easily get any rock star she wants. Right.
But at least her acting wasn't that great, but at least it was funny. I mean, here I just feel like she's just a body.
Yeah.
Like, that's all. She's an underwear model, and that's all she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that doesn't work for me. And there's certain things that, like I said, the wincy stuff doesn't really work for me. But I do love the fact that they terrorized Margo and Todd, because those are the kind of people that went out of their way to make me try to feel shit about myself, I moved to New York.
I can see that. That makes sense to
Yeah.
me. I think with Christy Brinkley in the first movie, though, it was more of like an icon. Like she was like the image of something. It was like the convertible, the blonde. Like she was like almost like she was like the symbol of the midlife crisis, basically.
She still looks incredible, by the way.
Yeah, of course she does.
She and Beverly D'Angelo both look incredible. They're in their 60s.
Why he would be fantasizing about anyone else when he's married to Beverly D'Angelo, I will never understand.
No, and especially once again in this movie, like her hair just deserves a whole conversation.
She is
like that needs a think piece.
Yeah, she's just stupid beautiful. She's beautiful.
Luminous.
Like like her skin, just everything about her. Like, and maybe that's supposed to be part of the joke, right? Is that he's married to this incredibly beautiful woman, and he's still an asshole who fantasizes about other women.
Yeah, so that's the joke I don't get. I mean, maybe a guy gets that. I just don't get that because she's way above his pay grade. I mean, he definitely married up when he married her, and she's so tolerant of him. But they love each other. You know,
they do. They have a really sweet relationship. Like they really love each other, and they have really nice chemistry, the two of them together.
And it's if they could take any kids in and out, to make their children, and they do. And it still works because they're together. I think that's the key.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I think she's a key in all of this now that I'm thinking about it, because she's sort of the audience surrogate.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's there for us to kind of question things, but not, yell at him.
Yeah. She's very gentle.
Yes. She knows how to deal with him.
Yeah. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
So John Hughes wrote quite a few holiday movies. I was pondering this. So he does Christmas Vacation. He also wrote Home Alone.
Which I watched the other night.
And did you still love it?
Oh my God. Still love it.
Love it. I haven't seen that one in a long time. I saw it in the theater. I have seen it since then. It's not like this situation here. But I haven't watched it in years, like over 10 years for sure.
Oh, wow. No, it's on Disney Plus. So
I should show it to my son. It's all pratfalls and
he'll
stuff.
love it.
He'll probably be super into it. It's all people getting hurt. It's all Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern getting hurt. He'll love it. And then he wrote Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's a holiday movie.
One of my favorites. Yeah.
It's such a good movie. Oh, John Candy.
That movie makes me cry.
John Candy. Such a heartbreaker. And then he also wrote the remake of Miracle on 34th Street, which I haven't seen since I saw that one in the theater too.
I haven't seen that in a long, long time.
But that's the one with Elizabeth Perkins, right?
And Dylan McDermott, I believe.
Or one of those guys.
One of them, or Dermot Mulroney. One or the other.
It could be either. But I love Elizabeth Perkins.
Who doesn't?
Awesome. I know. She's awesome. Do you have a favorite out of all those? Probably Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, right?
Yeah, that one, them and Home Alone are kind of tied for each other, but I think Planes, Trains, I think he has a sentimental side to him, and that kind of shows through. But the very end of the movie, when I'm going to cry, John Candy's in the train station, and Steve Martin comes back for him, and then he said Marie died 8 years ago. Oh my God,
so
I'm crying. I'm not kidding. I'm watering. My eyes are watering right now.
Margo.
It really gets to me.
No, it's because it's so sweet, and John Candy, he just breaks your heart. He was so lovable.
Yeah.
You really care about him, even when he's playing someone really obnoxious.
You still like him because he's, like he says, I'm the genuine article. And he is.
He is. See, I don't have that for Chevy Chase.
No, well, we should say we have another show called What a Creep. And one of our very popular episodes is the Chevy Chase episode.
Yeah.
So if you're interested,
go
check it out. We got some stories about him.
I posted on Twitter asking people, what is it that you love about Christmas Vacation? Like, what am I missing? And then somebody just responded, you don't like it because he's a creep, because it's like the creep episode is in your head. And I was like, I don't think that's it, because I still like Fletch.
Fletch is hilarious.
I think Fletch is really, really funny. I think Fletch holds up. It makes me laugh really hard, even though Chevy Chase is a creep. I don't think that's what this. I think this kind of movie doesn't work for me I have the similar reaction to Meet the Parents, another movie that everyone super loves, and I don't.
Oh, yeah, Erin's like that. My friend Erin's like that.
She doesn't
She
like that
can't
one
take
either.
no, she it makes her crazy. Like all those situations, like the woman getting her nose broken, like everything just goes wrong in
Yeah.
on Ben Stiller's side. She's like, I just can't take it after a while. It's too much.
My problem with Meet the Parents was nobody in the movie actually behaves like a real human being.
No,
And so
that's exactly it. Yeah.
and I think there's some of that in play here. Like, would people be really that afraid of a squirrel? Maybe not. Like, you know.
Oh, I
ju-
think they would be. I live in New York though. We have really mean squirrels here. The squirrels terrify me. We had black squirrels in the park at Prospect Park, and everybody tells you don't go near the black squirrels. They're really extra mean.
I don't know. That sounds racist, Margo.
No.
No. I'm kidding.
That's the
I'm
color they
kidding.
are.
I'm kidding, everybody. She is not racist. It's a joke. I think there's just some of that in here, like where people don't behave like real human beings, and that's okay. Like it's a certain kind of comedy that some people super love, and clearly doesn't speak for me. I feel like I'm repeating myself, like I'm justified. I don't like it, you guys. Please don't hurt me.
Well, sometimes, we'd also didn't, it's not you and I, my friend Margo and I for Book versus Movie, we did The Help. And when I hit publish for that, I was sweating. Like I had butt sweat going on. I was like, oh boy, we're going to get a lot of hate for this.
Did you get a lot of hate?
We didn't get a lot of anything, which means people weren't happy. Because normally we get a lot of comments. But I think, you got to be true to yourself, though. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's okay.
Yeah. I'm like I said,
you're
I
not
don't want to shit all over it. Like, but
you're not. You have very, very valid reasons. And if something doesn't make you laugh, it just doesn't make you laugh, and that's okay.
Yeah, comedy is subjective.
It certainly is.
Did you see National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2: Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure?
No, I didn't even know that existed.
Apparently, it's a 2003 made-for-TV movie. I will not see that, even though I thought Cousin Eddie was funny in this.
Yeah.
I think a little Cousin Eddie goes a long way.
Yeah. They have just the right amount of him in this movie.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is with Randy Quaid. I think he's got a lot of problems.
Yeah, let's just to put it gently.
Yeah, we could probably do an episode of What a Creep about him too, but he is really, really funny in this movie.
Yeah, I think he's very funny. I think he's going through a hard time, and I wouldn't want to dump on him.
Yeah, that's not what that show is. But
no.
Enough about Creep.
Yes, enough about creeps. Oh, do you know what? I've looked this up. Juliette Lewis, she was 16 when she did this movie. She was legally emancipated. I don't know what was going on with her home life, but that means then you can work, 8 hours, 12 hours a day, whatever. Right. She started dating Brad Pitt a year later. They were in a TV movie together.
Oh, what was that TV movie?
Oh, I forgot to write it down.
Was it called California or something like that?
No, but it's similar to that. It was a TV movie where she was a killer and she was on death row or something. And he was her boyfriend. And he was 27, she was 17. And they started dating right away. Mm-hmm. It was a different time, you guys. It was 30 years ago, and she was legally emancipated, so.
Right.
But they dated on and off for 3 years.
That's right. Because then, who was
Thelma and Louise?
Yeah, and then Thelma and Louise happened, and I think, that was 92, so they probably broke up right after that or right before that, I forget.
Yeah.
He's so hot in
Thelma and Louise. You know what? I rented Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he's still hot. He's still got it.
He looks so good in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
We should all be so lucky to look like Brad Pitt when we're that age. He looks really great.
He's looking amazing.
Yeah. But he's like, I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. He's just fucking sexy as hell in Thelma and Louise. I remember seeing that and I was like, who's that?
And you could feel it in the movie theater. Mm-hmm. We should do Thelma and Louise one day because that's a really good movie. But in the movie theater, like the women and the gay men immediately, as soon as Brad Pitt shows up in the scene, it's like you sit up straighter in your chair, like, what the hell is going on here? Like,
Yeah.
wow.
What a movie star moment.
Oh,
He's
so much charisma between him and Gina Davis too.
I know. Oh, God, I love her.
I do too.
I'm like way off topic now. Sorry.
No, I
everybody,
know we've
but-
got one. Well, and Johnny Galecki's series, he's producing. It's going to be for HBO Max, and I think it's coming out next year.
Is
And
that
it's going to be National Lampoon.
is that something else we'll have to subscribe to?
Oh, absolutely. I know. You know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm actually officially done. I can't imagine anything coming along that I'm going to have to get.
Yeah. I'm just doing a whole, like, if I add one more, then I have to remove something else.
Yeah, reconduit.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
I have to fold up all my apps in a certain way.
and then say thank you for all the good shows you gave me. But I'm
Yeah.
going to let you go now.
Thank you.
going to go now.
Thank you, Hulu, for all the shows you gave me. I'll put you in this pile over here so
Yeah.
that I could get Disney Plus. Do we have anything else we want to say about Christmas Vacation?
Nope. I think
Yeah.
we got it.
And do you want to hear the other movies of 1989?
Of course.
Okay, so I did something different this time. I went in to Wikipedia for 1989 and found all the other sequels that came out that year.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, it's more than 10, you guys, but it's not an insanely long list. So, Amityville 4,
Oh my God.
Back to the Future 2.
I don't like that one.
No, I know it's got like a cult following, but
Not for me.
I think the first one's the perfect movie, and
Yeah, same here.
I kind of just pretend the other ones don't exist. That's okay. Chud 2,
Okay.
Fright Night 2, which people
Oh,
love.
Fright Night, the first one was so good.
Yeah. I don't recall really liking Fright Night 2, but I might change my mind. I could rewatch it. Ghostbusters 2.
No.
No, I didn't like that one either. Halloween
No.
5.
Nope.
That one played at my theater. I remember thinking it was fine, but whatever. The Howling 5.
Oh my, there were 5 Howlings?
Right? It was news
Oh
to
my
me too.
God.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I mean, that's awesome. Everybody loves that.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon 2.
Okay, I used to love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried watching it a few years ago. I'm like, God, this is not good.
Oh, interesting. See,
I thought like Joe Pesci was hilarious. I don't know.
yeah, I remember liking it at the time, but it's the first Lethal Weapon's really good.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Karate Kid 3 came out in 1989.
There was a third one?
Yeah. Well, so there was 3 of those, and then was the 4th one the one with Hilary Swank?
I don't know. I didn't know there was a third one. I'm completely confused.
Oh. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child.
That's no, that's not the Dream Warriors,
No,
right?
People love Dream Warriors. I think that was
I love
3.
Dream Warriors. That's the best one.
Yeah. Police Academy 6, City Under
6?
Siege. They made 1 million of those.
Yeah.
Return of the Swamp Thing. I'm sure you saw that.
I
No.
feel so bad. No.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Did you see that one?
Oh, I saw the first one. No. All these, I saw the first one.
Right. Star Trek 5. It's one
Is
of
that the
them.
one in San Francisco?
No, that's
No,
number
that's-
4. People love number 4.
I love number 4.
5
It's the even number ones are the good ones, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Star Trek.
5 is pretty hated, actually. I think most people will say they don't like 5. A movie called Stepfather 2.
Oh, that's a shame because the first Stepfather was awesome.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's so good.
Who's in it? Does anyone I
Oh,
know?
Terry Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know of it. I have not
and-
seen it.
And Shelley Hack, she was like the really bad Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I totally remember her. I will put it on my list. And then
It's really good.
Toxic Avenger 2 and 3 came out in 89.
I'm not familiar with either one of those. I am so sorry.
You shouldn't be sorry. Those are all the sequels that I could find that came out in
Wow.
1989. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did.
Are you ready for some of the top songs?
I am.
So let's see. We have Nana Cherry, Buffalo Stance.
That song's dope.
Dope as shit. And didn't you think she was going to do a million other things?
Yes. I thought she was going to be her. And before that, I think Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Yes.
I was like,
around the same time.
Yeah, I was like, they're going to be huge. These are going to be like the biggest stars, and then nothing. I'm like, what happened?
I have no idea. Madonna, Respect Yourself. That's a good song.
Oh, yeah. Express Yourself.
Did I say Respect Yourself?
Yeah.
Respect Yourself is the Bruce Willis one that did. Sorry, you guys. Express Yourself.
We should do a whole episode sometime about like celebrities trying to have or actors
music
trying
careers.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So funny. Anyway, go ahead.
Cher, If I Could Turn Back Time. I love that song.
It's a good
like
song.
Ridiculously, I love that song.
A friend of mine went and saw Cher in concert in New York recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I think she played Madison Square Garden. And
doesn't surprise me.
And he texted me a photo. She looks amazing.
Oh, of course she does. And she has a great sense of humor too. She's really smart.
She was still wearing she's wearing the outfit like from the video. The like turn back time outfit where she's practically
with her
naked.
butt cheeks.
Yeah,
yeah.
She was wearing it still, and I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Janet Jackson, Miss You Much. I love that song.
I just listened to that song yesterday. I love it.
It's so great. B-52's Love Shack. People love it or they hate it. That's one of those.
I love it.
I love it too. And my hate most, I love Prince. And if Erica is listening, our friend, we know she listens, but I freaking hate this. It's Bat Dance from the Batman movie.
No, I still like it.
I can't take that song. It makes me so crazy.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
No,
it's
not his best work.
No, it's like your Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, there you go. And so those are some of the top songs from '89.
That's a good list. I'm gonna go listen to some Nina Cherry after this.
Yeah.
What else are you dorking out about?
I have to say, I've been watching on Amazon. They had The Marvelous Mrs. Maisels.
Oh, yeah.
And it's season 3. And I don't know, did you ever watch that show?
So I watched the first season, and then I started watching the second season, and I think I made it through one episode, and I was like, I don't like her like ex-husband, and I don't care about her parents.
Yeah.
So I got bored and I got distracted by something shiny new, and I never went back.
So I went through season 3, and it's a little uneven. It's some of the episodes are beautiful and great. The guy who plays Luke Kirby plays Lenny Bruce, and he and Midge have a friendship, kind of a thing for each other. And there's an episode that's just about them hanging out in Miami in like the late 1959, and it's so beautiful and fun to look at. And she's so much as stand-up comic, she's so much better and sharper.
Yeah.
I would say this, and I've had this issue. Midge is a monster. She is a person with not a lot of redeeming qualities. She's very pretty.
Yeah.
She's got beautiful skin. She is smart. She is funny. She's like got a lot of energy. She's a go-getter. Doesn't really care about her kids so much.
Right.
Very shallow. Very self-centered. The season is really good in that there's a whole thing where she's touring with an African-American singer named Shy, and she knows that he's homosexual, but he can't come out because it's like 10 years before, the gay revolutions would happen, like Stonewall and stuff. So anyway, she betrays him in a way that's really kind of terrible. And you can kind of see why she did it. Like you can see she doesn't think things through. She just kind of lives in the moment, like a lot of comics do. Like they're just trying to get a laugh in the moment. They don't think about the consequences. So I was really mad at her, and I'm reading all these think pieces about Midge is shitty. We should not support this. And then what did I do this week? But I was bored one night, and I looked up on HBO Go The Sopranos, and I looked up the Pine Barrens episode, which came out in May of 2001, and Tony Soprano is a fucking monster, you guys.
Yeah.
He's a killer.
Yeah.
He cheats on his wife. He beats women.
Yeah. He's awful.
He's terrible, but he's super engaging. And nobody ever says, why are we supporting this guy?
Yeah.
Right? He's breaking the law. He's killing people. But everybody wants to, shit on Midge because she's not Mother of the Year. I'm like, but she hires good people, and I think her kids will turn out okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like a case of like we're expecting more from women than we do from men. So I'm kind of giving Midge a wider berth. I mean, she's still a monster, sure, but she's not as bad as Tony. But at the same time, I have to say that episode totally fucking holds up. It's one of the best episodes of television ever.
Yeah, it's great.
It's just fantastic, and it's directed by Steve Buscemi. Park Slopes, Steve Buscemi. And if you have HBO Go, look it up. If you haven't seen it in a while, it's a standalone episode. It's such great acting, and I don't know. So those are the things I'm dorking out about this week.
Well, that's a really great episode, and that's a really good point about Marvelous Miss Maisel, because I do think that I think you're exactly right when you say, like, we expect more from our female characters. We put way more pressure on them to be a certain way. And I also think there is, because we're trained to think the lead of a show is the hero or something, that, I don't know, like when Breaking Bad came out, this is one of the things, like, I've actually argued this with friends. So Breaking Bad comes out, and Walter White he's a monster. He's an asshole. He's a huge asshole. Like, he had very good intentions at first, and then, like, shit goes off the rails, and he's a legit monster. But people were, like, rooting for him, and then they hated his wife.
His wife.
Hated her. Like, the actress was getting death threats and all this stuff. And I'm like, she's not the villain here. Like, they were mad at her because she was not supporting him in being a fucking monster. And I'm like, that's wrong. You're having a very wrong reaction here. And I think it's kind of the same with Marvelous Miss Maisel. Like, you can watch a show like The Shield or Sopranos or Breaking Bad or Barry. I haven't watched Barry, but isn't Barry pretty fucked up?
Oh, he's a killer.
Yeah, and
he doesn't mean to, but he winds up killing people. Like, that's problematic.
Yeah, so it's kind of okay for men, but then for women, they have to be perfect. And this is true in life too, by the way. Like,
she's perfect in every way, but she's not the nicest person. She's very narcissistic. She's very self-centered, and also, God forbid, she's super ambitious.
Yeah. Which, by the way, all comedians are, male or female. They're
absolutely.
A lot of them are really fucked up.
they're messy people to be involved with and to know. They're very messy people, and they make us laugh. But they have a skill set that's particular to one thing, but it doesn't translate to it's the hour they have on stage, 2 hours. Yeah, it's the rest of the time. If they don't have something going on, they could be a mess. And so Midge fills it up with being this Jewish mother hoping to live in the Upper West Side and wanting the best for her kids. And she has very highfalutin ideas because she was raised with it, by the way. Her parents trained her to be this way. It's not an accident.
Right.
But I agree with you. There's going to be, if you think they were annoying, they're still kind of like, there's the side characters are not nearly as interesting. I mean, I think it's just like, I just want Midge on the road doing her comedy and watch that grow. That's where she shines, and that's where she's the most interesting. Yeah. So, but I do, like, it was funny to me, like, I was reading these pieces and then I was like, Sopranos, like, not one person ever questioned about Tony. Like, they were like, he's a killer.
Yeah, we shouldn't watch The Sopranos. He's a bad person. I have a great idea. Let's only watch shows about good people doing good things. Hey, that's the Great British Baking Show, and you should totally watch that. It's great.
Right.
But when it comes to drama, like, that's not very relatable or interesting, and they're telling a story here. Like, I also really loved Alex Bornstein on that show.
Oh, she's great. I mean, it's another thing also is, like, she gave an interview and she's like, I don't think my character knows her sexuality yet. I'm like, really? Because
Because it seems
she's
pretty
pushing
obvious.
40, and she's not fulfilling the social norms of 1959. I don't know how to tell you this.
Right.
But still, I mean, there's certain characters they could do better.
Yeah.
But I still found it it's only 8 episodes. They're like a half an hour a piece. Very watchable. The costumes are great. Her comedy's getting better. But there's a couple of episodes also. There's a couple of really standout episodes, and there's a couple that are like, not that great. But I'm curious to see what they do with it.
I'm going to, maybe I could just watch the episode that's set in Miami and she's just hanging out with Lenny Bruce.
That's episode 5.
Okay. Maybe I'll just watch that.
Just watch that. Honestly, guys, because it's beautiful from beginning to end. It's a standalone. You'll like it.
That sounds like something I would like. I'll do that. So what am I dorking out about? So I've been going into Disney Plus because we're paying for it and I want to watch stuff. And I've been introducing my son to some of the older Disney movies. And I don't think we've already talked about this on the show, but I showed him The Rescuers.
Oh my God, everyone loves The Rescuers.
It is really, really cute.
Aww.
It is so cute. Like, it's very sweet. There's some parts that are really sad. Like, there's a little girl is kidnapped and, the woman who's the villain her name is Medusa, because of course her name is Medusa. And, she's really awful to her and like, no one's going to adopt you because you're homely and, stuff like that. It's really awful. It's really sad. But the movie's really cute. Like, it's really cool to look at. It's got that old animation. There's a lot of, especially in the opening credits, there's like this kind of like matte painting that they do, kind of setting up the story that's really great. And then they have really good voices. So it's like Ava Gabor is Bianca, like a mouse. There's like a UN for mice.
Oh my God.
And they rescue people that need help. So she's from Hungary and she partners with Bernard, who's the voice is Bob Newhart.
Aww.
And they go on this adventure together. And it's just a really sweet movie. And Calvin really likes it. And I'm stoked that he likes it because that means I get to watch it over and over. And
you will be watching it over and over again.
I totally will. It's like an hour and 17 minutes. It's super short. And it's just really pleasant and nice. And like Bianca and Bernard have like a nice like friendship and like they clearly like each other. But they don't do all that stuff that like they do in movies now where it's like, now we're going to make them fight and they're not going to be together for some of the movie. And then they're going to make up and solve the crime. And, it's very easy to watch. So we watched The Rescuers, and then he's also been watching The Aristocats.
Oh, I love The Aristocats. Except for the Asian cats, the Chinese cats. That's kind of tough to watch, but the rest of it's good.
Yeah, that part is very unfortunate.
Yes.
Very
racist.
Unfortunate.
Not okay.
Not okay. Like that. It's really just like, I was like, what is happening?
Why did they even do it? I don't understand. To me, it just didn't make any sense why they even did it. But they were just going for extremes.
Yeah.
But the songs are really good in the movie. The voices are great.
Yeah. Once again, Ava Gabor.
Ava Gabor is a goddess. And, I think I wanted I have a cute little pretty fluffy white cat, Sarah. And I think I've wanted her because I've wanted her since I was a little kid because of this movie, because the Aristocats.
Yeah.
I wanted a fluffy white cat.
It's a really cute movie. It's very like you can see like the other movies influence on it. So it's got like kind of a Jungle Book vibe because it's got like the voice of Baloo is the voice of the tomcat or whatever. Then there's this kind of Everybody Wants to Be a Cat song. That's very kind of reminds me of the Jungle Books, like I Want to Be Like You song. It's got like a lot of like Lady and the Tramp kind of vibes
all the
about
tropes.
it. Yeah, but it's enjoyable and like I like that kind of animation, and I don't know, it's other than racism.
The racism, which is probably a conversation to have anyway.
Yeah, like Calvin doesn't even notice that. Like he's just like, hey, the cats are playing music and they dance or whatever. But like I notice it, so it takes me out of the movie when that happens, and it bums me out. But other than that, it's a really cute movie, and I'm so happy to have Disney Plus. I know everyone's like, fuck Disney and they're taking over the world, blah. And I was like, I really like Disney Plus.
Disney Plus is everything. That app on your phone, you can put on your phone and watch this stuff, and it looks beautiful. And it's so easy to navigate, and like they need more publicity, please.
Yeah,
but
I know. I feel like such a shill. I'm so sorry, my friends, but we're having a really good time watching that, and I'm just like putting other things on his list. I was like Rescuers Down Under, like Peter Pan, like
yep.
You know, he will really like those, I think. And
I think our
really
parents would have
fun.
loved this. Our parents would have loved to have this.
Yeah. We couldn't see these movies all the time. Like
no, we had to wait till they were in the theater, and then they put them away for 7 years, and then they come out on VHS for like a few months or whatever it was, but then they were put in the vault again.
Yeah.
And yeah, you had to. They know how to do this stuff. They know how to do this.
They do. And it's just been really fun, like revisiting these and like even just watching like the previews on Disney Plus and like kind of adding them on the list and going, oh, I remember like The Cat from Outer Space or, you know, things like that. The Love Bug. I was like, Calvin will love.
Oh, Escape from Witch Mountain.
Yeah. Calvin will love The Love Bug. Like,
yeah, he'll love that.
It's all about cars and shit. He's totally into that crap. He'll love it. And I'll love it. And then what's the other one David found? It was like one of the ones with Jodie Foster. It was
oh, Freaky Friday?
No, so it wasn't Freaky. It's Candle Shoe. I think it's called Candle Shoe or Candlestick or something. Anyway, it's one of those ones with Jodie Foster, and David's like, I had such a crush on Jodie Foster when I saw this movie, and I was like, she did not like you back. FYI.
All the boys did. She was perfect.
Yeah, but we'll be watching that. It's just a fun trip down memory lane. So
yeah,
sorry,
they know how to package it. Don't apologize. Look, they got some good shit. They got all the Star Wars. They got Mandalorian, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah, I've been really enjoying that too. It's so good.
They brought us Baby Yoda. Like they're on the side of good.
You guys, the world is a fucking dumpster fire. Please,
yes.
Let me watch Disney Plus without judgment. It brings me joy. Margo, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on social media at Brooklyn Fit Chick. That's for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, though I'm mostly active on Twitter and Instagram. And my blog is brooklynfitchick.com.
And you can find me at thesoniashow.com and The Sonia Show on Twitter. And, of course, you can find Dorking Out everywhere. We're Dorking Out Show on Twitter and Instagram. We're on Facebook, too, but like I said, I don't go there very often. And we also co-host What a Creep, which is doing really well. It's got a Patreon page with really fun bonus stuff, you guys. So for even just $2 a month or something, you can get our newsletter. And our newsletter is really fun, humble brag. And our bonus episodes are really loose and
fun. Yeah, we let it loose.
A little boozy sometimes. They're fun. I think it's really fun. So if you want to do that, if you want to support us, go to Patreon, search What a Creep, and we're there. And this was super fun as always. I'm so glad that we talked about Christmas Vacation. I am really glad that I rewatched it because it's been kind of this thing that everybody loves, and I needed to revisit. So I'm glad I did it.
Oh, I'm glad you took me along with you. And I see your points about what you don't like about it, but I don't know why. I still crack up when the squirrel runs through the house. I'm only human.
I'm just really glad we didn't have our first fight.
No, we avoided that.
So we'll be back next week with a new episode, another holiday favorite, and hopefully I'll like this one. It's going to be a first-time watch for me.
Oh boy, you guys, I'm nervous.
Yeah, we'll see. Should we say what we're going to watch? Should we give people a heads up?
Yeah, let's give them a heads up.
Yeah, we're going to talk about The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Which is also on Disney Plus.
Oh my God, we're so awful. Check, please, Disney Plus. So we'll be back next week with The Santa Claus, and this was fun. Thanks, Margo.